ever, right? But then I've gone to the fitness industry, and I'll be honest, it is just confusing, it's frustrating, and the level of science, I believe, from 15 to 20 years ago, is really just, it's just not there anymore.
Go back to the qualifications. You can get your PT license in 3 months.
3 months, exactly. Right. And online.
Sign it up in a cereal packet and give it to me, because, 3 months versus 3.5 years, you speak about the science of things, you just can't do it in 3 months.
You can't do it in 3 months. It's
you
impossible.
can't do it in 3 years. And there's a lot of base knowledge out of the back end of the degree, you'd like to hope, and all of the fun had at uni. But you learn by then being on the job as well. It's like you've got to have that base knowledge. It's quite an interesting one, because you just can't, you definitely can't pick it up in 3 months.
Provides the background, you're right. But the 4 years I spent at uni, I learned more in the first 4 weeks shadowing a sports performance coach than in those 4 years.
Our intern or development coach programs within Ace Performance, the biggest feedback we're getting is that I'm learning more in this period of time, over 12 weeks, than I've learned in my whole education at university. Now there's the gap in itself, right? Like, university can teach you all the theory in the world, but practical experience and know-how, coach's eye, for example, you can't teach that. And this is maybe the gripe, and I'm going to put something out there which is a bit controversial, but I've been playing sport now for, say, 25 years. I've never signed a waiver to play sport personally. I don't think I have. You must sign a waiver to enter into these gyms. If you're going to join an F45 or a CrossFit, you have to sign a waiver. If you've got a company that's forcing you to sign a waiver, they are protecting themselves from poor programming and poor coaching. If they get injured through poor programming, poor coaching, or doing something silly in the gym, which is
education.
Or poor education, they're going to get sued. And to be honest, when the waivers started coming in, there were lawsuits coming in literally every week at the fitness industry. Now, the issue I have, right, sports performance coach is very similar, but the way in which we coach, we are backed with a lot of science, right? We can still make mistakes, but the waiver isn't really needed for our industry, because we have so much detail in what we do.
Our results come from face-to-face. It's me spending time with the athlete, educating them. I know they're not going to only ever train with us. They're going to go to their school, they're going to go to their club, they're going to go to the AFL. And I'd like to think that, if they've come from Ace Performance, they know how to squat, they know how to deadlift, they know how to run, decelerate, change direction. They know how to do everything, they know gym etiquette. And then from there, they can teach people.
I look at CrossFit, the definition of fitness actually falls in line with what we do. Over a broad spectrum, over speed, agility, conditioning, strength, power, agility, proprioception, control, balance. If you're good at all of that stuff, you're becoming a better athlete. If you're continually improving that whole spectrum, that's their version of what's called an athlete. Our physio partnerships, and some of our allied health partnerships, are just a major influx from these group training institutes. Are we in the same industry still, Tom? Is this whole concept of a waiver, which is really important for large groups, but the difference is quite remarkable, isn't it?
I think it comes down to the systemization and monetization of the industry. Really, when you think about it, but how do you systemize that to make money? Well, you create a cult following through making people feel great, which is all perfect. But then they have to tack on a partner physio because it's large group, not individualisation unless you pay for it on top. And so they have to tack on that partnership. Nobody's really nailed it, I think, from what we're getting here, in terms of being able to make it really affordable to have something that's applicable to me.
The fittest people in the world is a CrossFitter. But, Brett, what you're doing there in CrossFit is you're training for the sport of CrossFit.
Yeah, look, you're not wrong. Matt Fraser, he'll lift more weights than any professional sports person in the world, but that's not what you need. You need to be able to run out 4 quarters of a game, or you need to be able to play 90 minutes of football. You need to be able to accelerate, decelerate. The demands on the body are completely different to what the gym offers. You're going to have to reintroduce them to change your direction. Protect soft tissue, protect joints. I don't see any of that happening in CrossFit to start with.
All of those things are great, like we've said, they've got their benefits, but for a soccer player that needs to stay light on their feet and have, you know, the neural activation to be light on their feet, I don't think that, you know, Matt Fraser would be able to apply those sort of things. I don't think that Ronnie Coleman can change direction very well.
Athletes should learn how to snatch if they're going to become a high-level athlete. Athletes should learn how to do gymnastics if they're going to become a high-level athlete. But over the space of 10 years, dose it in here, dose it in there, not within a 4-week block.
I think the science now is maybe not as prevalent as it used to be, right? Because it's all about money, it's all about marketing, it's all about systemizing a training routine to get the best outcome for the people that own the businesses.